backside of the east side, out there towards Falls Creek. That's where it's happening, Bobby Harnick said to me. Hey, that sounded pretty good. I didn't want to be missing out, so I said, let's go. You know, I didn't need to think twice. We wound on up that dirt road in my Chevrolet Impala, following a bunch of cars that all looked real familiar, like Rock's Silver Roadrunner and Jeff Bush's GTO. And I could hear the four-stroke tapping and Kim Klein's orange Beetle. Hey, that sounded pretty good. I didn't want to be missing out, so I said, let's go. You know, I didn't need to think twice. We got up to this clearing. Cars were parking everywhere. That field was filling up with DuBois beaver leather jackets. Yep, this was the place. This was where it's happening. I saw Fitty with the tap set, put the keg over there. Now that sounded pretty good. I didn't want to be missing out, so I said, let's go. You know, I didn't need to think twice. Now the beer was flowing and Burles Murray came rolling up in his special edition Bronco from his dad's car dealership. He fired up his Craig 8-track, it was running with the devil. Had Van Halen bouncing off the trees. Bobby said, time to smoke a fat one. Hey, that sounded, you know, I didn't want to be missing out, so I said, let's go. You know, I didn't need to think twice. Suddenly red lights were flashing, people were running in the woods. Red Shooks chucked the keg in the swamp like Second Sarge Miss Rock in the Punksy game. Me and Bobby jumped in my Chevy, hoping to make our escape. Cars took off like a NASCAR race, down that hill all steep and snaky. It was bumper to bumper at 40 miles an hour. The trail of dust started getting thick. Suddenly their taillights disappeared. I said, Bobby, I can't see. I prayed to the Lord that the road went straight ahead. He preferred a curve to the left. He didn't share that with me. When we came to, I still couldn't see. I thought we were in the clouds of heaven. Bobby said, no, you fool, you ain't dead, but you gonna be wishing you'd be. As I climbed out of the car, I knew we'd be walking home. I said, let's go, you know, next time maybe I'll think twice. I said, let's go, you know, next time maybe I'll think twice.